Yeah, we've lost our window. It's completely gone. And you can see how thick this glass was. Another reason why you should let your contractor do your transportation, because moving day is finally here, and all I can think about and do is figure out how this house will move to its new location. We're not just moving the house, we're moving the house plus a few other things. If you have been on this channel, you know I have two other tiny homes. One is an old coaster bus that we had started fabricating, then we stopped. And the other one is a caravan. This came before the bus, and we bought the bus because we were scared of doing the modification on this. This caravan is also helping us convert the bus home. This has been a 2, maybe 3 year journey, but finally now it's all falling into place. I'm sure when I started sharing about this caravan and the bus home, a lot of you didn't understand why I was doing what I was doing. And for a moment, even I thought that maybe I was getting too excited with this whole idea of having multiple tiny homes. And why it didn't make a lot of sense then was because I also didn't have a space where I was intending to take all this. I had 3 tiny homes that needed a forever home, yet I did not have that home to take them. Reason why I'm also moving them all at once is because I'm also using these tiny homes as containers to move all the loose pieces I had in the initial site. Now it's all falling into place. There's a whole master plan of all these buses and caravans and tiny and container homes you see me too excited about and starting projects and stopping. Finally, the idea is complete, and I will share with you the whole idea in the next video. If you've not subscribed to this channel, you subscribing, sharing, and watching this video, even leaving a comment, is the reason why we do what we do. And that also allows us to reach more people so that they too may understand that this can also be done in Africa, most specifically Kenya. My container house is moving with everything intact. We've not even removed furniture such as beds. Everything is going the way it was while we were still using it. This top container that you see being loaded now has toilet and bathroom fully finished, furnished, complete with a sliding door, a glass sliding door with the toilet. It's complete, and I'm risking to move it as it is. Hopefully it will get to site safe. It also has a bit of extension, and I was informed that these extensions might be an issue when they go through the way bridge. But yes, eventually they got to site safely, and that's one thing I'm very grateful for. I also happen to work with very professional transporters. They handled this house very well. If you have watched the initial tour of this house, then you know we have a skylight that connected the top container to the lower container. And now that it's time to move it, we had to destroy that. That means that my kitchen is really open, and all I can do is pray that it does not rain before we get this container to site and seal up that opening. We started the journey to site very early in the morning. This would give us room for any eventualities in case we come across anything that delays us from getting to site on time. We are moving 60 kilometers away from the initial site. Shipping containers are like adult Legos, and if you don't believe me, this is just a test of how that is. This house has shifted locations in less than 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, and it has moved 60 kilometers away. And the intention is to actually spend a night in this same house, meaning I woke up from this house and I will sleep in this house. Well, it's part of delivery, but I was hoping that this would be a very seamless transportation of these containers, that I wouldn't have to do repairs once this container gets to site. But I can already see that I have a window to replace. It is going to be placed the same way it was in the initial site, though I'm not very sure if I want to maintain the same layout. But before I make up my mind on that, the containers will be placed exactly how it was on the initial site. This is the damage we have experienced. Yeah, we've lost our window. It's completely gone. It was heat, I think, during loading. Anyways, I'll cut them a bit of slack because we loaded quite late in the night and visibility might have been a problem. Though I was there, so it's not like it's something I'm being told. I was there during loading. Yeah, we've all just seen it now during offloading. But then again, it's not because of the road, because if it was because of the road, that too would have gone. And you can see how thick this glass was. And you can clearly see the damage here and the damage here. So it's not a matter of how the road is. It's just, yeah, what happens sometimes during transportation. Another reason why you should let your contractor do your transportation, because let's assume this was a client's transportation thing. Your contractor will easily replace that. But if you had transported it on your own, that is 100% on you. But generally, everything I think is okay, including that big window over there is still intact. Generally, everything else is okay. So we've just finished offloading and managed to enter the house. And Grace has already started eating. So we found everything okay. Apart from a few damages. One is that window. That window is damaged. But generally everything is okay. We had a glass here. We've not moved anything yet. The same way we placed it is the same way we found it. This too is intact, the cover for that cooker. The damage we've seen though is that, and that is because we figured maybe we would survive without removing things in there. So that door I think opened. And yes, that's what we have. So there's a lot of cleaning to be done, but generally I'm impressed by how the house has managed to hold up. Yeah, a lot of cleaning and planning. Even the fridge was intact. We did not move it. We found it at the exact location it was. It hasn't been moved. It hasn't moved the slightest. It is exactly where it was.